The Burlington, West Burlington Area United Way has begun this year's annual United Way campaign for the residents of our community. Numerous volunteers and contributors are working together and have made personal commitments to do everything possible to ensure that people can receive the help they need. And through that help, those folks will be able to have a better quality of life. During the planning meetings for this annual campaign, United Way volunteers selected another meaningful theme, and that theme will be used throughout the annual campaign. It is, Today's Efforts Build Tomorrow's Future, the United Way. United Way has also agreed on an annual goal of $652,010, which the volunteers feel can be achieved with everyone's help. The funds collected will provide assistance and support for 18 local human service and healthcare agencies in our community. These agencies are serving nearly 50,000 citizens annually from within our community and the immediate outlying area. Nearly all of those residents use the United Way service agencies every day. Survey data relates that 1 of every 2 of us has some connection to the United Way agencies in our community. Here are all of the United Way funded agencies and some of the programs and services they are providing to residents of our area.
Alcohol and Drug Dependency Services has been providing substance abuse treatment, rehabilitation, and prevention services to the Burlington area since 1962. As a United Way partner, we deliver prevention education to over 400 Burlington and West Burlington middle school students each year, educating them to the harm and risk of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. United Way funds also support our efforts to provide substance abuse and problem gambling treatment to clients who would otherwise not have the financial resources to afford services.
The American Heart Association works with the majority of the schools in Burlington. Educational material is given to the teachers to use during class time as they are active-based. Obesity is an epidemic, especially with a middle school-aged child. The American Heart Association is working with these schools through Jump Rope for Heart and Hoops for Heart. We are working together to build healthier, active children.
The Burlington Area Community YMCA-YWCA awards financial assistant memberships for youth, adults, and families. United Way funds also help provide services to victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. No one is ever charged for emergency shelter or other services provided through the shelter program.
Okay, my purpose of the Step Arrest and Travel is to promote the kids to have something positive in the community and to build a strong and ethical way of life and give these kids a sense of direction of being something in their lives and gaining something for the community and themselves.
Last year, 2008, Crime Stoppers paid out $6,550. With the payouts, we had 53 that were tips that were actual arrests made out of 115 calls that were made to Crime Stoppers. The payoff is funded with the much needed help from United Way.
We're here to unload a truck this morning. Comes from Ottumwa. We had a bi-weekly truck of food items distribute daily throughout the week from 1 to 3 to all needy families who come in and make an application. We feel like we do a good job in helping the needy people in the area with food items.
In 2008, Iowa Legal Aid closed more than 22,000 cases, serving an estimated 51,000 Iowans, 22,000 of which were children. Another 12,000 families were turned away or underserved for lack of resources.
Because I used to do my cleaning when I first moved here, but it got so where I lose my short of breath and just wore out. Well, my son was coming on Saturdays and doing the laundry for me. Well, then when I got worse and had surgery and things, I finally decided to let Betty do it. She was only coming every other week. Then when I had her doing laundry, she comes every week.
I have 2 boys that are active in the Boy Scouts of America and have enjoyed it ever since they started as Tiger Scouts. They're moving all the way up now through the Boy Scout program and really enjoy it a lot. They've learned confidence. They've learned skills that they never would have learned anywhere else through the Boy Scouts of America. They're really grown into better young men because of the programs that we're providing for them. I'm just happy to be involved in something that's helping to make them and their friends to be better young men.
I'm Bev Fayborg, the counselor at Sunnyside. I just am so pleased to have Young House here, helping us support our students and offer the services on site for the at-risk students. We know that we can call on Young House anytime, and they will provide highly qualified and certified and credentialed people to work with our students and families. We appreciate that a lot, and the help that United Way does to make that possible.
The United Way dollars helps us to do tremendous things in this community. Our food boxes, our food pantry, helping people as much as we can with the needs that they have. Definitively, people recognize us as meeting those needs that address people that are hungry. Last year, we helped over 27,000 people in this community. We're still seeing well over 1,000 meals provided a month.
Lois Long, and this is Corleen Long.
Okay.
Our anniversary, 25 years anniversary. It's the silver anniversary, I think. Well, I like the people that runs it. And I mean the people, the band and all the people that's in that partner club, they're all nice to us.
Grade A Plus is a community anti-drug coalition. We promote the non-use of illegal substances and the responsible use of legal substances. With our United Way funding, we provide youth leadership training for local high school students. We also use United Way funding to help with literature to teach parents how to talk to their kids about drugs and alcohol, preferably before there's ever a problem.
At Camp Elkita, girls discover their interest in a safe, natural setting, connect to others, and take action to make the world a better place through experiences that are girl-led and involve cooperative learning and learning by doing. Thanks to the United Way support, Girl Scouts of Eastern Iowa and Western Illinois are able to keep fees affordable and provide camp scholarships for all girls and their families for summer resident camp and for troops throughout the year.
The Visiting Nurses Association of Burlington is celebrating our 100th birthday of providing high-quality home health care to the greater Burlington, West Burlington area. Whether it is helping an infant get started on the right path to health, an adult to regain their health, or helping with the transition through end of life, we provide a complete variety of services. And with the United Way's help, we hope to be providing these services for another 100 years.
The Des Moines County Red Cross here in our community helps to keep our families informed about what they need to do to be prepared for an emergency. Whether it be storms or fires, we need to have an emergency plan in place. With the support of people like you, we can continue to educate everyone so that they can be prepared. In addition to these services, we also provide disaster services, services to military, youth programs, CPR first aid, and water safety programs. It is the dedication of our volunteers and the generous contributions of countless supporters that make these services possible. Please help us continue these services by supporting our local United Way.
We started an art program a few years ago with Target employees. This allowed us to develop some really neat art pieces. We found that it really improved the client's self-esteem and self-worth. We are extremely grateful to the United Way, which allows us to employ about 60 persons in our supported employment program. In addition to that, we have about 20 that are in job development, developing their skills to ready them for the workforce.
United Way in our community is very important to all of us, both in the lives that are being helped and the economic impact the United Way agencies contribute to our area.
We talk about having a village to raise a child. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have that kind of support.
It's an incredibly wonderful thing that we can do, and that's also what the United Way helps us do, is making a difference in children and mothers and fathers' lives.
I'd just like to say again, thanks to the United Way for all their support, and for the community to please support the United Way so we can get more funds to help these kids to be positive in the community. Thank you.
And if it weren't for the United Way dollars, this program would not be the quality program that it is.
The importance of achieving the annual United Way goal is apparent. personal lives will improve, and our community will be a better place to live. As your neighbors and friends and family, we ask you to please do what you can again this year to make the United Way campaign successful. The results of your support will be clearly visible. Thank you for doing what you can. It will touch an individual's life in a meaningful way.
Thanks, United Way!